Hello, this is Jonrel
And Joni.
of JIP Migrate. Once again, welcoming you to the JIP podcast. Beautiful day again, as it is every day. Actually, yesterday wasn't too much because it was a bit windy, but today, beautiful again, and we're just out and about again, traveling to seeing the world. And yeah, that's what you can do as well. If you are a resident of Europe, you can travel anywhere, not only in Europe, actually even outside Europe. So yeah, that was the opening. Today we're going to talk about in our podcast, um yeah. So we're going to talk about today the topic of changes in the immigration policy of Germany. So Germany has been a very popular destination for a lot of our clients who want to inquire, because of course Germany is one of the richest countries in the world, not only in Europe. Yes,
Yes.
and there's just so many opportunities. Working there is really good. They have, actually, I would say, in our perspective, they have really weird laws for working, but it really works out for the workers. We can talk about that more next time. But basically, they have, in layman's term, it's more pay for kind of less work and
Yes.
much more like higher quality of life. So it's very important to discuss now if there are changes in the immigration laws and policies of Germany, especially this year. And there are big changes that I think everybody should know. All right, so that's what we're going to be talking about. And yeah, actually, just an update for everyone, and kind of like a recognition for our team. These past days before this Holy Week, it's actually Holy Week, isn't it? These past weeks, the team has been receiving lots and lots of calls. They're worked up with lots of well, like things to do here and there, because clients we're just basically receiving a lot of calls from all over the world, mostly from the USA. I do remember this one call we've had, and we've been talking to them. The team has been talking to this attorney, actually, in West USA, and her and her husband are planning to come to Europe to retire. All right, probably, and they're planning to invest in a property in Italy, where it's much, I don't know, more beautiful than where they are now, right? Much better climate, more peaceful, I guess, and just nature all around. So that's what they're looking for, and JIP Migrate helps and serves them, because I think the attorney has her own law firm, and they're very busy. They don't really have time to take care of anything, any of these. And good for them. We have JIP Migrate to help them all the way. Actually, that the role would only be to choose what property they want to buy. And everything else, all the tedious process of the residency, the golden visa, the eligibility of the property, the taxes that come with it, the municipal registrations, as we have discussed last time, all of this will be taken care of, courtesy of JIP Migrate. So that's what we can help you with. And yeah, so I think that's one update. We actually had more than that. Lots of clients from US who want to invest here. It's really good because they see this place as a much better option than staying in the USA for I don't know for what reason. What do you think? Why do they want to just stay here instead? They're already successful there in the US.
They most of some of they say they want to experience like different
Cultures,
environment,
yeah.
culture,
Mm-hmm.
a different experience from what they already had.
Plus, apparently, European countries are more exciting than states in the US.
Mm-hmm.
For I don't know, that's what they say, because here in Europe you get to visit many countries, many cultures. Of course, states. The United States of America is a very, very big country with lots of states, quite different cultures as well, but not as diverse, and I guess as exciting as Europe, because Europe has just so many diversity, and just the quality of life here is way different. I actually had a call with this lady yesterday, I think, or 2 days ago, and she was complaining about the healthcare in the US. I was thinking, isn't yours is like one of the best already? Apparently, she would like to move in Switzerland where things are much better according to her. All right. So, well, thankfully, JIP Migrate is here to help her. All right. Clients like her. So, let's get, well, before we go into the topic, let's watch a sponsored video.
Are you an investor exploring optimal avenues for deploying your substantial wealth? Look no further than Europe. JIP Migrate specializes in offering premier property and business investment opportunities, securing golden visas for you and your family in Europe. Take the first step now towards lucrative investments with us. So want to migrate to Europe? Contact JIP Migrate. We enable possibilities for those who are ready to move.
There you go, especially for investors. You know what? I just remembered just now, I was talking yesterday to this gentleman from Colorado, and he was mentioning that he wants to put up a McDonald's in France. So we're going to see our ability to do that for him, because he's been planning to. I don't know why he mentioned McDonald's all of a sudden, but he wants to do like a franchise, a McDonald's store, or I guess restaurant, and then put it in Paris. So, well, we're going to try. We're going to do everything in our power through the legal pathway, of course, to get him a business. So that's what Anjay here in the video is talking about. If you are an investor who want to move your wealth and enjoy your wealth in a much better environment, much safer as well, safer environment, then JIP Migrate will be here to help you. Okay, so getting on the topic, let's you're going to read some of the parts of the article. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Since February 2022, Germany has taken in over 1 million Ukrainian asylum seekers. In June this year, the German parliament passed new legislation which made coming to Germany much easier, including a Canadian-style point-based system with lowered criteria for educational level and German language skills. Migrants could now come to Germany with their entire families more easily, even being able to bring their spouses, children, and parents over. This was mostly due to labor shortages, where businesses have pressed the government for the need of workers due to Germany's aging population.
All right. So yes, that's one of the big changes that this policy change had happened in year 2022, when the war started between Ukraine and Russia. All right, and Germany had opened its arms to receive 1 million, was it 1 million?
Yes.
1 million refugees from Ukraine. Actually, its neighbor Poland received more than that, up to 4 million now. That's what I last heard. But apparently, Germany has opened its arms and its policies as well to receive Ukrainians and their families to come, and with less criteria to come. All right, because Germany, as we know, is a very strict country with regards to migration, and actually this point-based system, Canada had started this a while ago, but Germany is now adapting it, and that actually it's not, it says here easier, but in our opinion it's actually harder now. Isn't it? But I guess easier for the Ukrainian refugees. All right, that's what we're talking about. This does not apply to all immigrants. That's what I want to be clear with. All right, and just explaining about, yes, businesses are wanting more migrants to fill up their job positions. This is why actually JIP Migrate under JIP International have been working with a few employers in Germany included, all right, to supply them with employees. Okay, so most of them, yeah, we have supplied Ukrainians and Polish people to countries like Germany, Norway, countries like this. All right, and there is always demand for more workers. All right, but I should tell you that it's very good hope, but some people really what do you call that, misunderstand this concept. All right, they think that Germany is opening for more migrants, for workers, yes. But it's actually for migrant workers who already have legal status.
Yes.
Yes. So I should tell you that this hope would only be applicable for you if you have a legal status in Europe. Otherwise, you will have a lot less chance of getting into these kind of jobs. You know why? Because as I explained last time, I think overseas employment is very expensive. A company would rather employ someone already in Europe,
Mm-hmm.
especially migrants, because
Yes.
in our experience from our other side of business, migrants are more loyal. They stay a bit longer than the locals. They're more affordable, right?
Mm.
Locals have a lot higher wage, than the
Mm-hmm.
migrants. Yes.
Yes.
So migrant workers are preferred to work if they have a legal status in Europe. But if you're there in your country outside, for example, in Pakistan, India, actually just today, we had one inquirer, and he was saying, can he have a job? He was asking that again, and then we said, oh, we can give you a job if you're here in Europe and you already have a legal status. So this is what we explained. You can only have these wonderful, really good paying jobs if you're already here in Europe with the legal status. This is what JIP Migrate helps our clients with.
Mm-hmm.
These clients who are in the working class, who want to work, and they're specialized in something, for example, electrician, plumbing, etc. um, we would help them to have a legal status here so that employers would be attracted to take them. Otherwise, if you're going to wait for an overseas employment, some miracle like that, you're gonna wait for very long. We've had lots of applicants who are like that. They keep waiting for job contracts, and it just doesn't come, right? It just doesn't come because always remember this: why would employers want to employ overseas when there are already employees waiting for a job here? It's much
Mm-hmm.
easier, it's they can get them faster, right? They can get to work right the next day.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're coming from overseas, it's gonna be more expensive. It's gonna take longer with all the working permits, all the legal stuff, and you know what else? What happens if it gets more expensive for the process? Who suffers the most?
Who?
The employees would have a lower salary.
Yes.
That's what usually happens. So, better think twice on what you really want. Do you really want to work with an overseas job contract and get lower salary, longer hours,
Mm-hmm.
no benefits, and after the contract, you go home? Is this what you want? Or do you want to stay here in Europe, have your freedom, become a resident, and enjoy all the benefits and just be free?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and have the possibility of becoming a citizen in the future the longer you
Yes.
stay. So better be thinking about that. All right, so maybe let's continue. There are lots more good information here.
16 of Germany's regional governor declared that there were too many migrants coming into Germany.
Mhm.
New measures would see benefits to asylum seekers, make it easier to deport those who are refused refugee status, and toughen sentences for human traffickers. As of now, 20,000 foreigners reside in Germany without a valid permit.
There you go. So see, this has been a problem. This has been a big discussion for the EU Parliament. I think 2021, from 2021, after the pandemic, they've discovered, I guess, I don't know, for some reason that there are just too many migrants that don't have a legal status,
Mm-hmm.
and they're now making very very big efforts to deport those illegal migrants, you know so it's actually a very dangerous place for you to be if you're an illegal migrant, because if you get deported, you'll never have the chance to come back anymore. You'll give up your life. That we've known people like this, right?
Yes.
They're illegal. They came from another country. They jumped, all this illegal stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They stayed for years, probably 4, 5, 6 years, like that. They've built their family already. They're quite settled. And then what happens? The police came in their house, checked their documents. What happens? Got sent home.
Yes.
Got sent home. They had to leave everything. Remember in Netherlands, 2 years ago, there was this one guy calling me, right,
Mm-hmm.
asking for help. we couldn't do anything because he already chose that way. He should have known. He actually, they probably know what they were doing.
Yeah.
And the Netherlands is not joking with these kind of
Of course.
illegal migrants. They got sent home with nothing else, just their bags, their home, nothing, right?
Yes.
Their banks, no more, right? So don't get into those kind of situations where you think I'll get a job contract, and once I get in, I'll just jump over to somewhere else better and be an illegal migrant there. I it's not gonna work out, right? We definitely discourage anyone who is thinking to do that. So yeah, that's sorry, that's what Germany has been up to right now, and they're really cutting off the illegal migrants with deportations, especially those asylum seekers. If they are not approved for an asylum, that means a refugee status. If you're not approved for that, they'll have to kick you out, unfortunately. So that's one of the sad truth. But this is why our company JIP Migrate would recommend that you do it correctly from the beginning, right? If
Yes.
they have done it correctly from the beginning, this would not happen at all. It's a little more effort, just a little more effort for a very big relief.
Yes.
And isn't that worth it, right?
Because it would affect your future.
Your future, right? Especially those migrants. Remember, they've had a family already
Yes.
in Netherlands.
Yes.
And how about their house? What? All of a sudden, they're just gonna have to leave the house. All their furniture's there. All that they have invested in. All their, I don't know what else, but they're gonna have to leave that all of a sudden. If they have been wiser, or I guess to start it correctly, which JIP Migrate can help you with, then nothing of this would happen. They would still be enjoying their life. Probably they'd become a citizen by now, because how many years has been there? Like 6 years. They would have been a citizen already or something, right?
Yes.
But so it really is upon your choice. This is what JIP Migrate recommends. All right, start correctly. Don't you, or else you're going to regret it. It's not worth it. All right, so do we have anything else?
Let's see.
Mm-hmm. Was that the last one?
Yes, I think that's the last one.
All right, I think there was one. Anyway, I think we didn't include it, but anyway, that bring home the point. All right, if Europe has been open for decades, open for migrants for decades, especially countries like Germany, Denmark, Norway, Sweden. They've been very gracious to share their wealth, with their development to migrant workers, and migrant business owners, migrants of any walks of life. But now, policies change. Okay, we're going to probably cover more of this because we've been following the latest news, and the policies of Europe has been getting a lot stricter for a lot of countries, not only Germany, especially Denmark, Norway, Sweden. They've been having lots of problems with migrants from different parts of the world, and now they're really tightening their belt, and they want to just kick out lots of migrants,
Yes.
right, because of these problems. Hungary had followed, like when was that, 2 weeks ago?
Yes, around
Right.
that time.
That we covered that in a podcast. So policies would change. Let's not be too confident, I guess, to just say, all right, I'm just going to move to Europe and see what happens there. You really have to plan it out. Otherwise, you're going to regret it, I guess. This is why JIP Migrate is here to help with these kind of problems, in which we start you out correctly so that you won't have to deal with any legal problems in the future like this. So you can just continue investing in your life, continue working until you become citizen, build your family, have more kids,
Yes.
and just have a beautiful life in Europe, because it is possible. It's just a little bit more effort, a little bit more hard work, with the start, at the beginning,
Yes.
it's all worth it. It's all gonna be worth it. And JIP Migrate will be here to help you on whatever is your purpose. For example, if you want to start a business, want to invest here, these are our clients. So if you are like that, then JIP Migrate will be here to help you. So yeah, I guess that's everything that we have to offer right now. And yeah, we'll be seeing you in the next podcast with more news, I guess. So, want to migrate to Europe?
Contact JIP Migrate.
We enable possibilities for those who are ready to move. See you in the next JIP podcast.
Bye.